welcome back to the channel. So just got done doing a fourth gear low boost and high boost data log, and we're gonna go change the oil to Dominator 15W50. We currently run 10W40 in it right now, Dominator series, and I'm just gonna show you that process and go from there. The car's been running awesome. It's on E85 right now, and the oil temps about 200 degrees. On the highway is around 202, so it's getting warm. For the last 800 miles or so, probably a little less than that, honestly, I've been running the 1040. So this is what I'm switching to right here. Just want a little bit extra protection, especially for the E85 and the higher boost. So 15W50 is going to be more shear stable. Basically it won't break down as much or as easy as the 1040 because the 1550 has more viscosity. So the E85 will break down, or tends to break down, oils, and when that happens the oil becomes acidic, but also lowers the viscosity because you have so much fuel that gets diluted into the oil on the cold starts especially. And that's when you want to change the E85. You got to change the oil more frequently, probably every 1,000 miles, I'd say 500 to 1,000 miles, especially on a built engine like this. Wow, this is hot. About 200 degrees right here. Wow. Woo, that is hot. Wow. There we go. It's not too bad in color. Got the drain plug. Wow, that fucker's hot. A little bit of metal or crud on there, very fine, nothing crazy. Nothing too bad. So while this is draining, I'm gonna go download my log, transfer it to my tuner, and come back out here and we'll throw that plug on, make sure we'll clean it on the end there and take care of the filter, and we'll be right back. I'm gonna take this oil filter off. I drain the oil, clean the magnetic drain plug, tighten it back down. I'm gonna take this off, drain this, and I'm gonna reuse this filter because it only has 800 miles, or probably not even. I don't know the exact miles on this oil change, but there. I do have a oil adapter on there because I used to run a oil pressure and temperature sensor. I got rid of that because the A-pillar was taken up by those, and didn't really care for the triple pod gauge setup because I like my cob access port where that was. So I left this on there just because it makes it easier to take the oil filter off, to loosen and access, because it does give it more depth. It also allows me to run a bigger oil filter than this right here if I need to. This oil filter here is a little bit bigger than FL400S, but not by much. So yeah, this filter's, I mean, it's rated for 25,000 miles. There's no reason why I can't run this. Drain it out, and I'm going to fill this up with some fresh 1550. Alright, I'm going to pour a little bit of this into the filter. It's kind of harder with the camera in my hand, but this 1550 is actually a little bit different color than the 10W40. Oil filter's on. I'm going to grab my special funnel here. You can get these on Amazon. I love these things. Yeah, so this will screw on right where your oil fill cap. There we go. Always make sure this is wiped out or clean. And now we start pouring. It's awesome. I could literally dump this whole thing and it won't fill up. It's crazy. Watch this. So we're going to do 7 quarts total and she'll be full. We got 1 quart left. So that'll be it. Take this off. I had this in a bag, big plastic bag, but it was getting all oily, so this works out a lot better. It keeps it covered. So, car is running amazing. I swapped out my valve cover for this one because the other one, the gasket was starting to leak a tad. I was just starting to notice some oily residue. So I didn't have a brand new gasket. So I put this one on. This had a gasket. This one seems fine. I also took apart the timing area and put the older tensioner on because the new aluminum tensioner I had on there was kind of noisy. And also the timing cover gasket seal was leaking, so I replaced that, and it was like $4. It's made from Timken National or Timken. They're the same brand, and that's the best seal you can get. Better than OEM, I think, honestly, because Timken seals are well known. They probably actually make the seals for this car for Motorcraft, honestly. So I was talking to my tuner after sending him those logs. I was thinking about next year, probably in the spring. We have water math hooked up, as you can see, inline filter, AEM V3, and it's also got a little on and off switch right here to arm it. I got that just in case we need the extra fueling, and if the 4-port injectors don't provide enough fuel, because I have only 65-pound injectors, they might not be big enough for over 600 wheel. So we can provide some water meth for extra octane and extra fueling if we need to. Probably put it in the throttle body or the charge pipe. We'll see what he prefers. So that's something to look at. I'd like to, if we do that, it's probably going to be a 32 PSI kill map. And it's going to be insane. I don't know. We'll see if this is enough. But if it is, that's great. But it would be cool to have the water meth doing something as well, because I don't have that on for anything right now on any of my tunes. I ran water meth from 2015 to 2019, and I loved it. I had the V2 AEM kit. This one here is the new V3 kit. So it's a little bit different design. The tank is different on the bottom. Here is the V3 nozzles. So these, what's different about them is the internals. So there's like a swirl chamber inside there, or an orifice, and you swap the orifice out, or the swirl chamber, and it flows more versus, you basically just swap those out. Those are it right there. And the only way you can tell which is which is the top. You can tell by the design of which, like there's a 250cc flow, 500, and then there's a 1000cc. Honestly, I'm probably thinking I'm only going to need a 500cc for this setup if I do need extra fuel. And typically, if you want to run water mass injection on these cars, you can run 250cc without any problems with no tuning. It'll provide all the cooling you need, especially on a stock engine. It's really good because it cleans all your intake valves, more octane, and it's like 108, 110 octane on 50-50 mix. So, and I blended my own. I had windshield washer fluid, which was the -20 blue winter blend. No all-season blend. You don't want to run that because it has the bug additives in it. And also you add 3 bottles of the yellow heat. So add 3 bottles of the yellow heat here, and this is pure methanol. So you add 3 bottles. You can even add 4, and it makes 50-50 mix on the 1 gallon of the washer fluid. And then you pour it in your tank, and there's plenty of room in there with the new tank version that they came out with. So it's like 1.15 gallons. So it allows you to have enough room. But yeah, this is it. The cars ran great. She's happy. I believe this oil that we just did here is going to make it run a little bit smoother as far as like temperatures go, and better protection for the E85. And this will probably be the oil weight that we run for the summertime, just because it's warmer out. In the wintertime, I plan on swapping out the oil to 10W40 Amsoil XL. So this is what we'll be running for the wintertime. And this has extra detergents in it. So I used to run this full time on the 2.0 setup. I'll just basically clean up the engine for the wintertime, be a perfect storage oil, and drain it out in the spring and add my 1550 around probably May or June when it gets warmer out. Another thing we're going to need to run the boost above 29 psi is this 5-bar right here. So this is going to be on standby. Oh, here it is. I was looking for this. So this is the gasket part number for the timing cover right here. There's some spare parts in there. I got all kinds of spare stuff in here for another engine build basically. And then I got smaller SE brakes, which I could run 15-inch wheels on if I needed to, if I wanted to actually break some records on the ST quarter mile. There's my old turbo setup. So it's an EFR 7163 with a SXE compressor housing. Full race kit. They stopped making those. And I had a custom elbow made for the RS cylinder head to use the downpipe for the ST. And also have my 4-inch intake setup right there that I have not been able to make work right now. So I'm gonna have to mock that up, and I can put that 4-inch on this setup right here, because currently I'm running the old 3.5-inch intake setup, which is plenty enough, but I prefer to match up to the turbo, which is a 4-inch inlet on the turbo. So yep. Well, appreciate everyone commenting, liking, and subscribing. Liking every video helps with the algorithm. So if you watch this video or any of the shorts, just give it a thumbs up, and that's all I ask for. What it does is it provides all the info that I give out on my videos or my content, and it basically sends it out to people that have this car that need the information or want the information, and it just helps others learn what they need to do for this platform. So I appreciate it, and thank you, and we'll see you on the next one.